man. Clap it up for y'all making it today, man. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Hey, and you remember the rules I told y'all in the very beginning, man. If you don't know how to support yourself and cheer for yourself and clap for yourself, I promise you, you forget about just the milli. Like, you ain't going to get too far at all. Like, if you don't know how to just like believe and appreciate your journey on your own. You feel me? That's very, very, very important, you know? So, but let's get right into it though. Cause y'all know why y'all here. Y'all just want to hit the next step. So we still in week 1. You feel me? Now, what am I currently working on? How am I going to get there? What's my plan? That is what I wanted to talk about today. Now, I want to just throw out there, though, like, something that's very important before I tell y'all my plan. I definitely don't believe that you should share out every single thing you do to people until you are in a place that you are so comfortable with yourself and where you're going that you can definitely hear the outside noise, but it won't distract you from your overall journey. Okay, I got a gym. You know what I mean? But like, no, for real though. Like, it's important because I don't mind sharing, you know, like where I'm going and how I plan on doing it right now. But it's gonna adapt. It's gonna change. Like my current knowledge, and I think you remember this applies to y'all too. So just remember this. My current knowledge and experience of life can only see to a certain point, okay? This is just fact. This is just reality, all right? And as you start crossing new barriers, you start getting a new vision. You start being able to see things differently. You start to just understand how everything connects. And so what I'm telling y'all right now can only get me but so far. And then it's going to be a whole nother level that I'm going to have to reach to break through, but you got to start somewhere, okay? So let's talk about it. First, let's go from the digital media side, okay? So right now I'm working on my YouTube, right? I got my Instagram Reels. I got, I just started this. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's gonna sound funny. I don't know if I'm the only person, you feel me? I never even use TikTok. I know what it is, clearly, but I just never really been on there. People used to be telling me like, yo, I be scrolling TikTok for hours. You feel? I ain't even have one. But after talking with enough people out here in LA about just content creation and everything else, they was like, listen, while you like building yourself up, building your brand, and you want to funnel people back to the YouTube to continue that algorithm, like you definitely should have a TikTok. They was like, even just outside of that, they was like, even when it come to like brand deals and stuff, like it's certain things you could be doing on those platforms that's going to be different than the other platforms. So don't like skip that potential source while you building through your digital content. So I started a TikTok page, but ain't nothing on it yet. Like this will be like one of the videos that'll be on it. So actually, as I'm making this video, it'll probably be about 3 videos on there at this point. But yeah, it's just something I had to learn. And that's what we talk about with growth. You feel me? Where you can have a vision for yourself and where you want to go, but it's so much context you just don't understand, you know? And so when it comes to that's the digital content side for me. And within that, there'll definitely be sponsorships, brand deals, and everything else. But right now, we're on the umbrella of just building out the channel, staying consistent, you know, and then funneling clips of this when I like drop gems onto like the Instagram and then the TikTok to funnel the people back here. Now, if those audiences stay there, that's okay too. If they enjoy my snippets enough where they just like, yo, that's such a great snippet, I just want to stay here, that's cool too, you know. But it's the point of like, I want to just make sure this is the concept of working harder. I mean, what am I talking about? Working smarter and not harder. Because I'm going to tell you what I used to do. But legit. And this is why I stopped doing YouTube for a bit too. I used to script out, and that's not word for word, but you know, just a body, you know, because you want to kind of know what you talk about, or you'll go on a tangent. I'm sure if y'all can't tell already, I'm the type where in a one-on-one conversation, I am amazing to talk to. It's not just me saying this, is from all the people I meet. But I could definitely, if I'm just talking in front of a camera, just start going off into never ever land. And this stuff will all make sense, but like, it's like, bro, when you gonna come to a conclusion? You feel me? So I gotta like script out a body to know this is my stopping point. By the way, like that just wasn't included in what I wanted to talk about, but like I just can't help myself. So it's good to know yourself too. All right. But yeah, all that falls under that umbrella. And another thing I'm going to be doing is a podcast. And so the podcast I'm only going to do once a week though, because I don't want to overwhelm myself. And these won't be no extremely long ones just yet. I probably honestly won't let them be over like 20 minutes for real, for real. Just like I'm in the very beginning of that, and I just don't want to like overwhelm myself. So that'll be weekly on Sundays. That's how I'll be dropping those, and I'll be dropping them on here on the YouTube too. And then I'm hoping at some point, because I heard through the grapevine that YouTube's going to add like a podcast section, and so I want to be able to like do that too. So we want to be tapping all of these. So we got the reels, we got the shorts, we got the TikToks. Those will be getting clips of the long form, okay? And then you got the long form content going on here. So now that funnels people back, or they can stay there, however you decide, however I like decide to build those audiences. Then I'll have the podcast popping off once a week. So this is just the digital side, okay? Now we got the indulge side, okay? So right now I just completed my, well, not just, but like probably a week ago, I completed my headshots for like modeling and acting out here in LA. So I'm gonna be sending that off. I got my next business chat next week to be able to just help me align with different agents and things like that, because I have had friends like hit me up with opportunities, but it's just certain things that I don't have and I don't understand about that world. I've been trying my best to learn it, but when it just comes to, so when you don't understand things, like you got to research, but you just don't know. And so like I didn't realize, like I had a friend hit me up last week like, hey, someone dropped out of this commercial, I think you'd be great for it, can you submit a self tape in this amount of time? I did get it done, but then like the casting hit me back and they're like, hey, can you actually send over your acting resume and all these other things? I'm like, oh shoot, I ain't got that, you know what I mean? I ain't even have look, see, I'm about to say this wrong. It's how I tell you, I'm an IMB Pro account. I didn't even have one. And maybe when you have an agent, they pay for it. I don't know, but I'm not at that stage, so I like just pay for one myself. So yeah, you get what I'm saying. It's so much things you just don't know. And so I got my next business chat for that to set that up. So we got the acting and modeling, but I just honestly right now just want to indulge in that. I want to see like what it looks like. I'm not fully committed, and I want to tell you all something about life too. There's this thing called sunk loss fallacy, okay? And what that is we as people, we turn around and we start something and we just feel like, no, wait, this journey to 1 million. We stand on this. But what I mean is like these we'll call them extracurriculars at the moment, because none of them is like actually like some huge source of income that I'm like, oh yeah, I can't shift or change. But like sunk loss fallacy is when you commit to something and then because you put in the time, energy, and effort, it gets to a point where this something is just no longer working for you, but you stay stuck to it because you put so much time into it. But it's okay to pivot. It's okay to adapt. So if I turn around right now and say to you all on week 1, like, yeah, I'm going after modeling and acting, but then let's just say I turn around and start getting modeling gigs and that's just taking off. And, acting is just submitting submissions, I'm not getting reached back out to, even if I feel like I'm doing good. It's like, then it's okay to be like, okay, well, right now I'm going to put acting on the back burner and I'll keep that energy just towards modeling. You see what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to pivot. And if in the future, the acting came back up, that's cool. But I'm just giving y'all thoughts about just how to like perceive your own self. Because maybe you're in a place where you've been working on something for so long and now you're even thinking to yourself like, wow, scrape this. But no, you can sometimes just pivot and just adapt. So we got that. So those will be like the main things I'm working on the side. And I think I told you all before, I got a tech job. And so that funds the beginning of all these things, but also is playing a part in like bringing me income. So there's how I'm going to get there. It's definitely a lot. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My schedule be packed, but it's hard work. Okay, like we talked about this. Like some people here, like, what about balance? What about this? Like, and do whatever you want with your own life. But remember, this is the journey to 1 million, and I don't wanna. Ain't no get rich quick scheme. We went. Man, that's a gem. Ain't no get rich quick scheme. All right, it's gonna take hard work. It's gonna take structure. It's gonna take understand what you're doing. Now, let me just give my thoughts about one final thing before I end this video today. I would say that something you got to be aware of when you're chasing after your dream is to make sure that things fall under an umbrella. Okay, I would not try to be an architect, be a model, and be an engineer in tech and try to build like code. I just think they're so far-fetched off, like that it's hard for them to connect where you're literally doing different things. You all notice with the digital content, it sounds like a lot, but it also falls under an umbrella. You know what I mean? That honestly flows right into the modeling acting. It still falls under the digital content umbrella. It's not exactly that, but it's right there, you know? And so they kind of sync together. And it really, with my tech job, I'm in people operations, like the business strategy side of things. And so even with that, like, it helps me see the big picture to things and how they connect, and like how it is working like cross functionally with different people to make things happen, which also just ties into all of this. Does that make sense? So while I got a lot on my plate, it all still is under an umbrella. I would challenge everyone to make sure you get everything under an umbrella, to where it like it's still gonna be a lot, but it at least can sync together to assist you throughout like your journey. You know what I mean? That's going to be super important to you, like being able to stay consistent. Where also, like, as one thing is improving, the next thing could be also. Okay, so there's my plan on how we're gonna get there at this moment right now, week 1. See y'all in the next one, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining.